So are you free the 5th?
The 5th looks real good. Works for me.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
We're planning a fundraiser for student council.
Well, that's cool. I have some really great ideas too. They're gonna have to wait.
Why?
Because Education Today starts now!
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Allison Cox
And I'm Montana Chrisman.
of Fort City High School in the Armstrong School District. All school districts offer many options from an array of different classes to many different clubs, sports, and activities for students to take place in. All of these possibilities give the students a well-rounded education and help them prepare them in one way or another for the life after school. Perhaps one of the most crucial options is our school's student councils. Today, we have members from our student councils here to speak on the importance of student council.
So please introduce yourselves. What school do you represent and what are your positions in student council?
My name is Emily Mitchell. I'm a junior at Katanning High School, and I am the Public Relations Executive Board Chair for our STUCO.
I am Lydia Julian, and I am also a junior, and I am the executive chair for the community service.
I'm Tyler Farino, and I'm also a junior at Katanning, and I am the chair for School Spirit.
I'm Luke Mitchell. I'm also a junior, and I'm just a representative for student council.
How long have each of you been involved in student council?
This is my first year as an elected member, but I've been actively involved in it for as long as I can remember. Like, I've helped out.
This is my second year in high school student council. I was in student council in junior high, and I helped out a lot in my 9th grade year.
I think this is my 4th or 5th year in student council since middle school, but I've always helped out if I wasn't on it too.
This is only my first year in student council.
So how are the student council representatives selected?
Well, at our school, each class votes for our juniors vote for who they want to represent them their junior year or senior year. And for officers, there's the whole school votes, and they put them on TV production, and they get interviewed, and they talk about whatever they would like to do as an officer for the upcoming year.
So did the campaigns get competitive?
They can be, but normally they're friendly. It depends. Last year was a little iffy with me and a friend, but it all worked out in the end.
What are some of the biggest challenges you guys face being on student council?
Well, this year we had a lot of big events going on. We hosted the fall conference, and we also had a Mr. Wildcat and Powder Puff. And our biggest event so far this year, I think, was our mini-thon. I was in charge of that, so it was community service. And it was about 10 hours, and we danced and raised money for kids with pediatric cancer. And we actually raised $2,500, and that went to the Four Diamonds Fund, and it's associated with Penn State Salon. And I was really happy with how it turned out.
We also do a volleyball competition the day before Christmas break, and all the students at school get to make up their own teams and whatnot. And I think for the past 2 years, me and one of my other friends have been in charge of it, and that goes over pretty well every year. And people want to do it other times throughout the year, but we also have Field Day, which we do, I think, before Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure, but that's normally successful as well. And it's also the school makes teams and they compete.
And also, behind all these activities, there's so much work behind the scenes that goes into them. We have to get registration forms, food donations, prizes, activities, sponsors, and DJs for these, and it's just a lot more work than people may give credit for. So,
My biggest thing I had this year, I was on a chair for our fall conference for the food, and me and my friend had to get hoagies ready for about 300 kids, and they each wanted their own individual hoagie. So we had to spend about 3 hours in the cafeteria bagging each individual lunch, but it all went over without a hitch, so I was pretty happy about it.
Wow. You guys seem really busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go through a lot each year.
Well, I'm sure there are people who are unsure of what all student council does. You've given us a really good idea, but what else do you do that may not be seen by the public?
Well, like in the summertime, we help out with movies in the park, which some people in the public do notice that, but also they just think we're the kids that walk around selling stuff or get annoying. But like we try to do, like if the community asks us to help out in some way, we try to help out with different things that go on around town.
Why do each of you feel that student council is important?
I think it's important because it builds leadership and responsibility skills, and it's a main factor in the school pride and every activity that takes place in the school. Stuco can be given credit for.
I agree with Emily, and it does provide a lot of leadership opportunities. And without student council, a lot of what goes on at the school wouldn't happen at all. And it's just kind of like the backbone, I like to think, of our school.
I'm also in class cabinet, and like before this year, I didn't actually know what class cabinet did, and then I like found out all junior class does is like prom, which doesn't entirely interest me, but I'll help out however I can. So it's like nice to know that student council is like the main part of like everything that we do at school, like all the things, all the fun things that we do and activities and whatnot, are organized by us and not, you know. So it's nice to know that we're part of having everyone else have fun at school.
How is student council preparing you for life after high school? How do you think it'll affect your college life?
As we said before, it develops leadership skills and responsibility that you can use for the rest of your life. And colleges really appreciate seeing Stuco on your application. It's something they really look for, and it'll help you out a lot.
It's also helped me get more organized from having to plan out all of the different events that we put on.
I have a question. Oh, you done?
I was just gonna say, also like I know like a lot of colleges have like student governments, which is kind of like their student council. So it's something like to think about like when you go to college if you want to be involved in that. Like I think Penn State, I'm not sure, these two went to the thon at Penn State, but like people that organize like the thon and that would probably be like college government classes and whatnot like that. So it'd be something to think about for later on too.
Okay, I was wondering, they are doing student council in elementary schools. Do you think that's a good benefit, that we should start student council at a younger age?
I can't see why it wouldn't hurt. It helps to like get the kids like involved and like know what they have to do. Like I know when I went to West Hills, like the moms were on PTO and whatnot, and they organized everything. But like if they can get the kids involved, that helps them for like junior high and high school, so it can help them in that way.
I think it's a good thing because it starts them off early, and I know since this is my first year in Stuco, I really didn't know what all went on. But in a higher level, like in high school and stuff, the students are relied on more than the teachers because they want us to get involved more instead of having to rely solely on the teachers. So I think if they start off early, they'll learn more of those skills and develop them more.
Well, I know at Katanning you have the middle school and the high school. How did student council differ between middle school and high school?
Well, from being on the middle school council and high school, one thing I noticed is everything that we do at the high school, it's all student-based. Like we have our two advisors, but they're just there to guide us and like help us with whatever we might need help with. But everything we do is decided by our council. And middle school is more of like the advisors told us what we can do and can't do, and like we got to pick from what was left on the board. So it's more of freedom, and like we get to choose, and like if there's anything that we want to change, within reason, we're allowed to do it.
And like Tyler said, there are a lot, since I was on them both too, you could really see the difference in the size of the project. Like, yeah, I understand the age difference between the junior high and the high school, but I remember one of our big projects in junior high was repainting the Stuco room. And just like that compared to the mini-thon, it's like two different, entirely different worlds, but it's still along the same path, so.
Okay.
Plus, it also like in middle school, it's more of everyone's like in a clique, and it's like kind of like a popularity contest. Like kids try to run for it, and like, oh, if I win, more people might like me. In high school, like it's more of like if people like you, you're more likely to get their votes. But also they know who's going to be the kids that are actually going to do something, and they know that student council's the club that helps them do like whatever we do at school. So it kind of starts to filter that out, and like it's not as cliquey as in middle school.
What is your favorite part of being involved in student council?
I know for me, like a lot of my friends are in student council, so like if I just had to do everything I do by myself or with people that like I'm not like close friends with, it wouldn't be as fun. But like it helps like get things along, and like if you actually have an issue, you're not gonna be afraid like, hey, I think that's a stupid idea. Maybe we should think about doing this, because they're your friends and they're gonna take your advice. So like having friends in student council makes it a lot easier and more convenient at times too.
My favorite part is the opportunities that you can be involved with all the activities. As Tyler mentioned before, Lydia and I actually got to go to Penn State's Thon, which is what our mini-thon is based off of, and we hand-delivered our donation. And that was just to see our mini-thon blown up on a huge scale. Like there was, how many people? Like 50,000 people. To see that and hand-deliver our donation, it just really gives you a feeling of like success, and it was a big reward for us. So.
And last summer, me and two of my other friends got to go on the Student Council National Conference trip. I believe it was either 8 or 9 days, and we went on a pre-trip to like West Virginia and whatnot, and like went rafting and whatnot. And then we went to Indianapolis, and we met all the kids from all over the country. Like there were kids from Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Alaska. So it was nice to see like what other kids from other parts of the country actually do in their student councils. And a lot actually don't do as much as we do, and some do so much you wouldn't even believe it. Like their entire school is student council, and like they have like levels of government. Like we just have representatives and officers and chairs. They have like reps, like all kinds of stuff. Like it goes the whole way up until president, and like all the little divisions. Because they have such big schools, so they have so many kids that run, and they have so much they need help with. So it's nice to like see that there's other things that we can do, and that we're fortunate to have a student council.
Like Emily, I like the opportunities it raises. And like when we were out at Thon, we discussed how much our school was able to donate. We went on a tour and it was just mini-thons. And I was so proud when I said we donated $2,500. And the girl next to me said her school donated $48,000.
Yeah.
So that difference, it kind of crushed me, but it gave me something to strive for next year. I know I'm not going to get anywhere close to that number, but it just kind of, student council gives you something to strive for. That's not just academics.
And mini-thons across the state, right, raised close to
$1 million.
$1 million alone.
10 billion. Wait, oh.
Maybe.
No, sorry.
It was a large amount of money, and the Thon alone raised close to $10 million for children with pediatric cancer to the Four Diamonds Fund. So that was a big thing.
Can you make any comparisons between student council and the real world?
You can use the leadership skills and the responsibility that you gain from Stuco for the rest of your life. It's always going to stay with you, and you're never going to forget those opportunities that you're offered. So.
I agree with Emily on that too. Like whether you're just an average Joe later on in life or whatnot, you'll always have like these leadership qualities for maybe it's organizing like a family reunion or something like that. But you'll know like what to do, and you'll know how to like get things going, and like who you can count on, and like just those leadership skills that we've learned over the years will be something that we'll treasure later on in life, no matter if you're a politician or whatever. So it's something like to be good. It's a good skill to have.
And also, in Stuco, you're presented with problems, and you have to overcome them. You have to work together with people and talk it out. Like, there can't just be one person who dictates everything. And I know even now, not just later on, you have problems that you have to work with. And it just helps you overcome, and like you can use that forever.
Is there any upcoming events that you'd like to talk about with us?
We're doing field days coming
field
up.
day. But our spring's kind of not as hectic as our fall. In fall, we have so many things that we have to worry about. But we have field day, and then we have cleanup day too. And last summer, after school was over, Emily and another student council member and a few others help paint like things throughout the school and like different quotes on the walls and paw prints and whatnot. So it's kind of like school beautification, which was really nice because like you actually see like kids like reading these quotes and like, oh, who did that? And like they tried to sign them and whatnot. So it's like not just like the fun things we do, but like the little things that like add like a little bit of flavor to the school.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break and be right back with more of Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stay tuned.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We will be talking about the importance of student councils in our building. We will now be joined by two more students.
Would you please introduce yourselves to our viewers? What schools do you represent, and what are your roles in student council?
My name's Stephanie Leitner, and I'm from Elderton High School. I'm a student council secretary.
My name is Dylan Lasher. I'm from Elderton also, and I'm the student council treasurer.
Okay. How long have each of you been involved in student council?
This is just my first year.
This is actually my second.
Are you both seniors?
No, I'm a junior.
I'm a senior.
What are the biggest challenges that you've faced this year?
I'd probably say just trying to get everything set up and restarted again because as most know, we were closed last year. And this year we had to start over, no budget, no anything, so just a lot of fundraising and getting everything re-involved in the school.
Wow, so you really started from the ground up.
Yeah,
We did.
exactly.
Why do each of you feel that student council is important?
For me, I think student council is important because it teaches you a lot of social skills, how to communicate with others, and how to work as a group.
I agree with that, and it just helps with socializing and just talking and being involved with everyone.
So that's how it helps you socially, but how does student council prepare you for the real world college?
Well, I just think it's going to help with leadership and social skills also, just being able to step up and take a role in college.
It also helps with time management and being able to handle more than one project at once.
Both definitely
Yeah.
things we need for college.
Well, let's switch gears for a minute. The big reason this topic came about is because of the new student council that was formed in Elderton Elementary School, which I believe is the only current elementary level one. Do you feel that it is important to begin early on?
Yeah, definitely.
So what are the benefits of students getting involved in student council early?
They're able to learn skills early on so that they can be more prepared later. So whenever they come up to the high school, they won't be completely clueless about what to do.
Are you aware of the kind of things that they are doing for their school?
Not absolutely everything, but we have had a good gist of what they are doing, and they're doing a lot of school beautification, helping making the elementary side of Elderton look a lot brighter and more lively.
So do you guys work together with the elementary student council?
No, we don't.
We haven't yet, but I'm sure that they're going
In
to
the
start
future.
getting into that.
Have you been approached by any younger members to help mentor them, or?
I've actually been asked a couple times, like just to ask by like what they should do and how they should help and step up, and just things like just little small things like that.
What is your favorite part of being involved in student council?
I like the feeling I have with being a leader and being able to make a difference, so that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah, I just like how you get to step up and take charge, help out the school.
Can you make any comparisons between the real world and student council?
Leadership and just planning things on time, making everyone on task, things like that.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Do you have anything coming up that we should know about?
Armenio Task Day auction is coming up. Just a thing that everyone's starting to work on in Elderton.
What is that?
It's where it's a donation to charity, where seniors and faculty members like that, students can help, can buy them, and then they have to help them out for the day. They can make them do little fun, silly things throughout the day.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
It does.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in to talk to us again today. It's always nice when we can feature our students. We want to wish you luck for your last semester of high school. That's our show for today. Our thanks go out to students from Katanning and Elderton High Schools and their advisors and teachers. Our thanks also go out to the student TV production students from Ford City High School, led by their teacher, Mrs. Barb Keller. They were our film crew for today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district, and have a great week.